again, guys. Welcome back. So today I am going to finish up my winter 2019 houseplant tour. Yesterday I began with my living room and my bedroom, and today I am going to finish up with what is in the kitchen and in my sunroom. So let me turn this camera around and we'll get the video started. Okay friends, so as we walk from my living room into my kitchen, this is what we see. On the back of my sink, I have a couple of cuttings propagating. And from this window, you can see my back room, my sun porch. And as we move to the left of my kitchen, I have this one plant, and this is my heartleaf philodendron. Philodendron heteroecium or Philodendron scandens, I believe. Beautiful with its heart-shaped leaves. This is a south-facing window. It does not get a ton of sunlight because we do have an awning that comes off of the side of the house, but it gets enough to grow and do its thing. Okay, and as we turn to the right, this is the entrance to my sunroom. And the first plant to the left here is my string of bananas. I featured this in a video not long ago, explaining that it had aphids over the summer, and I had to do a little bit of maintenance on it. Okay, and as we step down into the sun porch, this is the left side of my sun porch. I'll give you a little pan in a second. Don't mind the shoes, guys. Okay, and as we pan around, this is what the room looks like. Ends right here. Okay, so beginning on this top shelf, this plant here is a colocasia, a Thai giant, an elephant ear. Not a super easy grower, but it's hanging in there. In the back there, we have a Jade Plant. It's one of the shorter varieties, I believe. And I think it turns red when it gets significant sunlight. Here we have a arrowhead. This one has a couple of different varieties. It has, I believe it's a white butterfly, a pink illusion, and also a berry illusion. My arrowhead. Back there by the window is another jade, a crassula. Over here, not sure sure whether it's backlit or not. That is my silver squill. I love that one. This here is my curly orchid cactus. Love this guy. Such a neat little plant. It's the curly orchid cactus. And as we come over here, this is my Hoya Wearii. I've had this one for maybe a little over a year, year and a half. It's grown a lot. It's getting lots of new little stems on it, and eventually they'll all fill in with those little leaves. Down here is two Haworthias. This one is a zebra Haworthia. Not sure of the name of this one. This one is starting to, or it has, a couple of little babies in there. Neat little one. Okay, and as we come over here, this is one of my ivies. Actually, there's two different types in here. Again, sorry for the sunshine, guys. This one has a, I think it's a variegated mini Adam, and also a curly ivy in there as well. Little trick to the ivies, guys. About every 2 weeks or so, just give them a misting with some water and a mild detergent mixture, and it keeps those spider mites away. And another little tip, in the springtime, I cut these guys back, only because I like to be able to take them off of this shelf to do any maintenance that needs to be done. So I trim it right back, and then by the end of summer, it's quite long again. It just makes it easier to take it off of the shelf and put it back, as compared to if you just kind of let it go wild, and then it kind of intertwines into these shelving bars. Okay, back here is just a succulent dish, which seems to be doing okay. Back here is another little succulent dish. To the right of that is my Gasteria. I love this guy, it's beautiful. So easy to care for. And to the right of that is a string of raindrops. And to the front of that one is another ivy. This one is an English ivy. Okay, and right here I did an unboxing on this guy not long ago. This is my Hoya Crinkle 8. It's still hanging in there, guys. Beautiful. Can't wait to see this one start to trail, and this one as well. This one is my Hoya Macrophylla. This one is gorgeous as well. Beautiful. I love the variegation on these leaves. Okay, and as we come down to the next shelf, the third shelf, back here is a Tradescantia. It's a purple heart or a purple queen. Okay, I had to cut the video there for a second. My cat was coughing. Okay, so we left off here. This is a Peperomia obtusifolia variegata. And to the right of that one is another little succulent dish. And this one has a kalanchoe in it, I think in Echeveria, a couple of kalanchoes. It's doing okay. And if we come back over here, actually, yeah, we'll finish off here first. Okay, this is a Rex Begonia. Super pretty. I love the color of red on these leaves. It's gorgeous. Just look at that. So, so pretty. Okay, and to the right of that is a Moses in a Cradle. It's a Tradescantia tricolor. This thing is gorgeous. It has grown so well for me. I've had it for probably maybe a year and a half or so. But it's also a beautiful one. I don't see this one very often on any videos that I watch. I'm surprised. Occasionally, but not very often. And then here, to the right of that in the front, is my Peperomia clusifolia, or Peperomia jelly, or Ginny. She's a pretty one as well. Okay, and behind that one is another one of my Hoya carnosa compactas. This one's a little backlit. It's my Hoya carnosa compacta. So pretty. The vines on these guys, they remind me of braids or dreads. It's funny. Okay, so that is my third shelf. And as we come down to the fourth shelf, there is another Rex Begonia. This is a lighter colored purple one. This one is not a fast grower. I've had this one for quite some time and it hasn't gotten too big. I'm hoping that this spring it will fill out a little bit more. Over here is a Ripsalidopsis. This is an Easter cactus. This one has not bloomed for me yet, so I'm going to change up its conditions before springtime this year, or closer to Easter, so I can see if I can get it to bloom. And over here is another Haworthia of mine. This one I have had for about 8 years now. This is actually one of those cosmic cactus that you find at Lowe's or at Home Depot that, you know, they come painted. You see the purple there? So this one is about 8 years old and pretty much all of the paint has worn off. Okay, so on the bottom shelf is just where I keep a lot of my pots and saucers. And over to the left, this is where I keep a lot of my pest control bottles. Natural and, you know, some of the harder stuff if I need it. Okay, so again, this is an overview of this shelf. And if we move over to the right now, this is my Hawaiian Spider-Plant. I repotted this guy, gosh, I want to say in the springtime, this past spring, and it already needs a repot. It's huge. So I think when I go to repot this one, this coming spring or summer, I am going to split it up and make it a little bit smaller just because it is such a fast grower. So that's my Hawaiian spider. Over here to the right on my second rack in the back room. This back here is a Flapjack, Kyoya Flapjack. In the front here, I have an Aglaonema. This is a pink Aglaonema. I'm not sure of the specific name. Definitely a gorgeous one. And in the back there is another Chinese Evergreen. Again, not sure of the name. Very pretty. Here in the front, I have a Jade Pothos. And then over here is another Chinese Evergreen. Is it a Silver Bay? I think the name of this one is. I think. And then in the front here is another arrowhead. This one is a white butterfly. Just a cutting that I propagated and potted up a couple months ago. Okay, and as we come down to the second shelf, this here is my Pothos Enjoy. And this one, guys, has not been the easiest one to grow for me. It tends to get brown spots. I mean, it's doing okay, and I try not to overwater it. I try not to underwater it, but it is doing okay. It's vining pretty good. And this one here is my Philodendron Icons. It's starting to grow. I got this one probably, geez, what, maybe 4 months ago or so. It wasn't in the best shape, but it's doing better now. That's the Philodendron Icons. Back here is my Pilea Peperomioides. Cute little thing. Here is my Confetti Syngonium. I got this one also not long ago as a little plug. You can see little splotches of the darker colored pink. Okay, and then on my third shelf, I have a peace lily back there on the left. A yellow blooming Kyoya Blaspheliana. This one here is a Rhipsalis. I think it's called Dancing Bones or something like that. Here's a green Obtusifolia Peperomia. This one here is a member of the Tillandsia or Bromeliad family, I believe. It had a bloom on it, but it has since died off, so I cut that off of there. And it's shooting out some new shoots. This plant here is a Christmas cactus. This is one that my husband picked up on a service call. It initially came to me as cuttings, and then I just potted them up, and now it's a separate little plant. Okay, so this is my second shelf in my sunroom. then on the bottom shelf is where I keep some of my amendments, my orchid potting mix, my orchid bark, worm castings. Down here is where I keep some pots. This little area here is just my soil mixture that I keep in this pot. And just some fertilizers, some tools that I use. And then as we come up here, this one is my Scindapsus pictus argyrius. Love this one. Beautiful, beautiful plant. Little backlit there. And then as we come down here, this is my goldfish plant. I just repotted this one yesterday. I love the glossy little leaves on this guy. Over here, this is my ruby Ficus Elastica. Gorgeous. Up here, this is another Tradescantia. This is a Tradescantia Zabrina. Pretty. Back there is a little bear paw succulent. To the right of that is my ponytail palm. To the right of that is my desert rose. This one is in dormancy right now. Going over here to the front of this table is my green prayer plant. This is a fun little guy. It's very whimsical looking. So pretty. This guy here to the right is my Calathea ornata. I actually had this across the way, and it was actually closer to my space heater, and it did get a little bit burnt. Okay, back here in this left-hand corner is my larger Thanksgiving cactus. This one has multicolored blooms. It's got pink and red blooms. Up here in the left-hand corner is a reverse variegated spider plant. It's doing well, shooting off some babies. Okay, and as we come down here, this one is my rattlesnake Calathea, my Calathea lancifolia. Love this one. So, so pretty. Back here is my Chinese evergreen Aglaonema. This one I believe is the Siam. This is the one that I've been saying for a while isn't doing the greatest. It had one of those little baskets on the roots, and I took that off beginning, I think it was spring of last year, and I mean, it's doing okay, but it's really just, it's not thriving. I'm hoping that this spring, summertime, it does better. Hopefully it digs its little feet in and starts to get a little bit fuller. To the right of that is my Taniki rubber tree, my Ficus Elastica. Look at that variegation. Ooh, so, so pretty. To the front is my lemon lime prayer plant, my Maranta Leucanura. This one's doing okay. This one here is a new leaf. And it's shooting out some other new leaves. So it's doing okay. And as we move back to this area. This is my coleus. I cut this guy back not long ago because it was getting too tall. And it also has some Vinkavine in there as well. Over here in this corner is a Chinese evergreen. This is the Maria, I believe. This here is my Calathea macquayana. Love this one. And over here is a Pothos Manjula. Just look at those leaves. Okay, this one here is my Peperomia scandens variegata. Another one of my favorites. It's beautiful. As we come up here in this corner, this is another Tradescantia Zabrina. This one is just kind of a crazy grower. It's just all over the place. The color of the purple is a little bit different than my other one as well. As we move to the right, this is my lipstick plant. It's got some little blooms on there. And as we move to the right of that one is my strawberry begonia, which really isn't a begonia at all. I can't remember the specific name, but it's not a true begonia. This one I featured in one of my repotting sessions not long ago. Pretty plant. Down here is my rabbit's foot fern. And it is getting some little feets in there. And if we move up here, this is my Cebu blue, one of them. To the right of that is another Chinese evergreen. This one is a variety that has a lot of the pink on it. To the right of that is a parlor palm. In the front here is another Hoya carnosa rubra, Hoya carnosa crimson princess. As we come over to the right here is a cane begonia. This one is a Begonia lucerne, I believe. And as we come down to the second shelf, this one back here is my Calathea medallion. To the right of that is a Thanksgiving cactus. This one is it's a yellow blooming cactus, a yellow blooming Thanksgiving cactus, but it does have a little bit of an orange cast to it as well. It's very pretty. In the front here is my Calathea Freddy. To the right over here is another butterfly syngonium. And this one here is a Calathea vittata. the third shelf is a Pearls and Jade pothos. So pretty. And this one here is my Curly Bonnie spider plant. My cat loves to eat this one. Cute little thing. And as we come up over to this side, this is another Cebu Blue pothos. And as we come down here, this is my Philodendron Congo Rojo. This thing is huge. Huge. And as we come up here, this is my Hoya Carnosa Splash. Love this big guy. Love my Hoyas. They're so, so beautiful. All of them. Just look at those little silvery specks on those leaves. And as we come up over here is a green spider plant. Just your standard green. And then as we come down here, last but not least is my Dracaena, or the corn plant. Again, this is one of those ones that's just super simple but gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. Okay, that's it, guys. This concludes my winter 2019 houseplant tour. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.